Hey team, welcome to the Step Outside YouTube channel. If you want to see more fishing action just like this, don't forget to like and subscribe.
It's good, mate. Oh, looks amazing. Welcome back, folks, here to Gladstone. We're down behind the Gladstone Power Station here, where the hot water outlet is. We've got the main river over here and we've got a making tide. It's coming in here and the hot water's coming out and it builds up. This fills up with fish. All the mullet come in here, all the bait fish and everything else, and all the pelagics and the bigger fish come in to attack them. So we're going to go down here today and see if we can get something. I'm here today with my Shimano 6 to 8 kilo with a Stella on it. We've got 30 pound braid, 60 pound leader pole and a Xeric prawn. Let's go and do it.
So when you come to an area like this, you want to have pretty much something of nearly everything, if you know what I mean. So I've got here in my leader compartment, just a heap of leader. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 pound. I've got knives and of course some braid scissors, which are really, really important. In the front compartment, down here, I've got some tackle boxes. So in here, there's not much in that. Obviously it's been cleaned out a bit. Thanks, Tim. I've got some S79s there, I've got more in here, some duos, and in here I've got some prawns, I've got some squidgies which are remarkably brilliant in an area like this as well, and I've also got some little fish traps which will work a treat. So we're going to put on a couple of lures, different plackies throughout the morning, and we'll see how we travel. But I'll tell you what, let's get these knotted up and get straight into the water, because that is looking absolutely amazing. Now the gear that I'm running here, this is the Nassi, it's a C5000, a Shimano reel. I haven't used this one before, so I'm quite excited to use it. And I'm also running that on a 4 to 8 kilo dual spinning rod as well. So the knot I'm going to use is quite simple, just a single uni knot. I love that knot. You could use a perfection loop if you wanted to. Perfection loop would just give you a little bit more, I guess it's an easy knot to tie, and it gives you that ability also to keep that little bit of a loop above the lure. So we just pull that down, bring it in nice and tight, like that. Snip off the tag. Don't throw your tag on the ground, please. Put it straight back in your bag like so. Alrighty, I'm geared up. I've got 40 pound braid on here, and I'm running 50 pound fluorocarbon. Next spot, the current. Nice little trevally. There we go. Cracker of a fish, that one. Let me unhook you. There you go, nothing too big. A beautiful little trevally. These fish, when they get side on into that current, they put up an absolute terrific fight. But I've been talking to a few locals around here, and they've been telling me the barramundi they pull in these areas could be in excess of around 15 to 20 kilos, or around that sort of 1 metre, 1.1 metre mark. Good fish. And of course even the GTs get up to around that 10 to 15 kilo, big queenfish and other different species. So it's a really good area, and this is a great forensics for you as well. It doesn't have to be a power plant. It doesn't have to have hot water coming out. It could be a sugar refinery that has those outlets coming into the rivers, around the Clarence River for example. But what you will find is areas that has a good runoff, again, it's a perfect spot to wet the line. Let's go and let him go.
Stay tuned everybody, after the break, we're still at Gladstone and the action is heating up. Welcome back to Step Outside. We are at the Gladstone Power Plant, where the water's hot, but the action's hotter.
So what I'm doing here, there's two different outlets coming down. There's one over my right hand shoulder and one over my left hand shoulder. But in the middle there, there's a bit of a sort of like a rock spit. Now the tide's coming in, and obviously those two waters merge, and that's the merging point. So I'm going to work that area, and I think that's where the fish might be schooling up. So all I'm doing here is keeping my rod tip down. So I want to get that lure right down into the thermoclines, into the current, where that mixture of colder ocean water coming in mixes up with that nice hot water coming out. Smack that! Oh, this is a bit better, this one. As soon as they get in that current, they just want to just smack that lure. Absolutely ball terror. Well, he's on the surface. What is this? What is this? Got one trevally. What are you, mate? Oh, it's a queen fish. It's a queenie. Have a look at that jewel. Man, it's got some absolute guts coming up here. Here he comes. Oh! Have a look at that. Come here, mate. I ain't gonna hurt you, but I do want to touch you. I want to give you a cuddle. Will you let me cuddle you? Yeah? I don't know. I'm gonna try. Come in here for a cuddle, buddy. Look at that. Let me unhook you. Got you off. Man, they're just working that current right along the edge of that bank, just getting absolutely smacked. As long as you're matching the hatch, you keep saying, Bertie, what lures are you running? Well, in your neck of the woods, I might not know what sort of fish are schooling up in your creeks or rivers, so you have to use it by your own, I guess, guesstimate of what bait's there. Go out and get that lure and match the hatch. If there's prawns, use a prawn. If there's herring, use something that looks like a herring. Let's get him in the drink.
Way to do it.
What do you got there, buddy?
A little Trevor.
Nice. You know,
can you hear him there?
Even a fish of that size, when you get it in these currents, they pull like a fish 5 times their weight, you know?
They hit so hard. You think, and you're 100% you've just hooked a 5 kilo trevally and it pops its head out of the water and it's 1 kilo.
So there you have it. Working these areas certainly is a lot of fun, but there's a few things that you need to take into account. We're fishing the tropics. There's crocodiles, obviously, so you've really got to be mindful of where you are fishing. I can see out a bit further. I can see things coming if they're going to come up this way. And also footwear. There's a lot of oysters here. So I am running the Crocs footwear here. These are like a good wet boot or wet sock that's going to allow me to get across these oysters without cutting my feet up at the same time. So put all that into play when you do come out. Make sure you have a great time, just like we have here at beautiful Gladstone. You got another cast in here, Timmy? Me too. He's on a fish! He's on a fish!
Bugger. Now here's some tips to fishing a runoff. A medium 6 to 8 kilo spin outfit is enough. A bunch of different vibe lures to suit the current. Work that current area. Wear adequate footwear. Set your drag and hang on. Hey team, thanks for watching the Step Outside YouTube channel. If you want to see more fishing action like this, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Keep up to date with what's happening in your neck of the woods and our neck of the woods. It's going to be great viewing, great watching. It's all coming up on the Step Outside YouTube channel. Take it easy.